Hi, Cavalier football fans. I'm Dan Ramey. Welcome to another edition of Cavalier Coach's Corner. In a moment, a visit with Coach Ron Hinton to talk about his Chillicothe Cavaliers and some special guests. More of the Coach's Corner coming up.
Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, let ATI Physical Therapy get you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
Young's Family Market is family-owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today.
Hi, Cavalier fans. I'm Dan Ramey, and welcome to the Cavalier Coach's Corner. Tonight's show, we're coming to you from Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center, one of our fine sponsors of our show. With Coach Ron Hinton, Coach Nate Strange, and Cavalier Tom McClaskey, we're ready to talk about what happened this past Friday night. And Coach, 44-7, a final, hardly came down, and as expected, they are back-to-back state champions for a reason. Part of that is because they are just men amongst boys.
Well, he said he graduated 19 seniors.
Didn't matter, did it?
No, it didn't. Because those 18 seniors he had playing looked like men, too, young men also, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those things that I was talking to Coach Birchfield after the game, that, you know, to them this was a big game. It's like Marion Franklin last week. When they came in, to them this was a big game because they knew that, number one, they respected our score against Licking Heights, number one. Number two, you know, it's the first time he's coached against Coach Art and Coach Hen. All right, so I know part of this whole deal was playing Chillicothe, was he wanted to put Coach Art and Coach Hen in his belt. He wanted to get that other notch in his belt buckle there. Okay. That's why I've been avoiding him all these years. I wasn't gonna let him have that pleasure, but I couldn't stay away 2 more years to avoid him like that. But you know, they come down because they know they have some speed bumps coming down next few weeks. So this was a big game for them to come in and play extremely well, play very hard. And the thing that impressed me as we watched the film on Saturday night or Friday night was their offensive line. Our kids did not play that poorly. We played well up front. Coach Strange and his guys played well. It's just the fact that when you have a 6'8", 280-pound kid, and you got your nose on the ground, but his nose is 2 inches lower than yours, and he rolls you out of there. Okay, that number one, I was kind of elated because I remember those days when we used to play like that. Okay, my lines I used to have at Amanda Clear that we played like that. All right, they double teamed us with that foot-to-foot splits, and they just roll. They just rolled us out. And again, we played hard, we played well, but they just played exceptional.
And they just wear you down because
yes.
It's so physical.
Yes, and they just keep coming, keep coming, and keep coming. And the other thing is that as we talked to the kids before the game, this had like a playoff atmosphere, feel. They come in Greyhound buses. You hear the buses running. The excitement in the crowd. You're playing a big time team, and all that stuff. So I said, "God, this is not what an opening round tastes like. This is what a regional final, state semis, is what this tastes like." Okay, and this kind of feeling, in this kind of setting, we're playing that kind of football team. And the other thing was, they made us go play at their level. They didn't drop down to play. Oh, we're playing, drop down. They made us try and play at their level. Okay, which is a mark of a great football team. And the other thing I did was, we scored, they answered. We moved the ball, they answered. Okay, which is a mark of a good football team, that when they answer like that, all right, that's just a mark of a good football team. We scored and bang, bang, bang. They put a nice drive together, come right down the field, and they scored and answered us. Okay?
And to start that second half, they did the same thing. They put us away in that third quarter, capitalizing on a turnover and then having the block punt. They set up camp inside our 30-yard line on 2 consecutive drives. You score off those, that's a big hole.
Well, we made some mistakes. We made some mistakes. Our punters, Jaquan panicked again when he took off. And I don't know what happened on that play. The officials never signaled who had. It's kind of neat because their offense lined up. Our offense lined up. It's like, okay, who gets the ball first?
Yeah.
We're facing each other's offense. So what we're gonna do here?
Turns into a rugby match.
Yeah. All right. And the officials never really did signal whose ball it was. They never really changed, didn't move. Nobody signaled. We thought we made it. He ran his team out to tell kind of influence the officials that we were short. We were short. So it was kind of an interesting situation. And then again, we had a block punt, which really shouldn't have happened. It wasn't. The snap wasn't that bad. Our punter kind of panicked a little bit, and so just we talk about he was watching the rushers more so than punting the ball. We said that's not your job. Your job, you punt the ball. If it's blocked, it's blocked. That's not your fault. Mm-hmm. That's the guy's up front fault. But your job is to catch the ball, go 1, 2, third step, baby, the ball's gone. Okay, all right. So we did make a couple of those mistakes, and again against a team like that, you just can't make those kind of mistakes. You have to play perfect football. Then the other thing is, they did exactly what I was afraid they were going to do, and I just kept praying all week. Please don't, please don't, please don't. He took his superior defensive backs, walked them up on our line of scrimmage, up on our receivers. Said, okay, coach, we're better than you. We're faster than you. All right, now what are you going to do about it? Will, we had a kind of an answer. Zach got a little bit better, more physical with him there. But Will's the only one really we had that could get any kind of separation, any kind of movement. And of course, it's kind of like the a movie I can't think of now, all the good times with Robin Williams and Kurt Russell. And the guy scores, jumping out in the end zone, and falls down, gets hurt. Mm-hmm. Well, Kurt, will catch the ball. Great pass by Brandon. Excellent catch by Will. I mean, just one of those things. The kid couldn't defend it much better, just affected. Will out-jumped him, and Brandon threw the ball perfectly over his outstretched hands, in the back of the end zone, for us to score. Of course, it's called back for a holding call. But then Will celebrates and gets hurt. He said, but that was really the only time we really could get any separation to throw the football.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they just lined up. They said, "Okay, coach, we're going to see how strong, how fast, how good you are." And athletically, they just smothered us. And once they kind of took that away from us, the guys in the box had nothing to worry about. All they did was play, run. So, and I was hoping all week that wouldn't happen, and it did. Mm-hmm. Back of life, they did. But we still moved the football. We still did some good things. We still, again, we give up 40 points, all right, but our defense did not play that poorly. We still missed some tackles. We still got to improve upon that. But again, you look at their skilled people. You look at their line. We were talking about how big Marion Franklin was. Mm-hmm. Well, when they walked in, they didn't seem that impressive. Number one, because I guess they're all like this, and they don't go up and down like this. They're all kind of even there. And then number two is when they put the pads on, then they got bigger. Okay, just like when the 82 caught the pass over Jaquan's head, and Jaquan got him, but Jaquan jumped on his back, but he couldn't take him down because he just kept carrying him like almost 20 yards. We kept saying, trip him. And Jaquan didn't want him. Remember, as you're a wrestler, you get a hold of the guy, and you get his arms pinned, and you trip him to put him down. Well, he's a basketball player, so he doesn't know that move. He just drug him. I mean, he just carried him right on down the field. So you look at all those things like that there. Their kicking game is exceptional. They put a lot of pressure on you because, he coaches a Riverboat Gambler, and he'll go for it. He'll run pooch kicks. He'll run onside kicks. Now, the new rules that they did kind of took that away from him because he can't push the ball on the ground and do the muddle kick and just roll the ball, all 10 guys chasing it. Mm-hmm. And they put the new one in again this year where you can't just spike the ball on the ground, bounce in the air, and then come flying. They changed that one, so that kind of took some of his onside kicks away. All right? But you could tell real quick they were not kicking the ball at Jaquan. Mm-hmm. It's fine. We got a little bit smart. They did kind of screw him up, but then we got kind of screwed up too. I said, stack like this, guys. Okay, let them line up because they're flipping their defense. They're flipping their kickoff team to it. So we line up like this, and when the guy goes back, puts his hand in the whistle, blows his whistle, then separate. Okay. All right, and we kind of got a lot late on one. We didn't quite get out there, but the first time it did because they were trying to flip their, but we did it too soon. They were trying to flip their coverages and stuff to get it, go away from. They knew they go to Peyton and they go away from Jaquan and stuff. So we did a little bit of that. I played a little cat and mouse with him, and but again, we played an elite team the week before. This week we played a state finalist. Okay, so the odds went up. And I guarantee you, we won't play a team as physical as what they were.
Nope.
It was not a boys' game. It was a man's game up and down the field. Mm-hmm. And for our kid to stand in there and smack with them and beat with them, and again, even their coach said they have not played 3 weeks like we played. They have not done that. Okay, and then you make this our third week in a row that we're playing these busters like this. That it just wears on you. Okay, all right. So we learned a lot. We're 2-2 right now, but we're not disappointed. Okay, we think we're right on schedule. As we talked in the summer, if we go 3-2, 4-1 would have been ecstatic. I mean, 3-1 we'd have been ecstatic. All right now, okay, ecstatic. You know, we can finish 4-1 with unbelievable. But at 3-2, we're still in very good shape. We're still, you know, in the driver's seat. You know, and we've done a great job to get to this point. Okay, so you know, it's hard to swallow. It's hard to take. But it's a learning curve. You know, we're going to get better from it. As I told our guys this week, now for our next 6 opponents, we don't play to them; they have to play to us. We have to learn what they taught us, what they taught us, of how to play up to them. So you know, I'll let you. Nate talked about him and Coach Orange's defense. I know Coach Orange's been a grouch the last 2 weeks. I mean, a real grouch. He's a bear this week, and you know, because you know, we give up more points in one game we do in a year usually.
84 points, and that's not something that normally happens against the Jeff
40
White
points
team.
would never happen.
Yeah,
It's
true.
true. Most years we don't give
Thanks
up
for
40
bringing that up,
points.
Dan. We
But
appreciate
back
10
to
games.
back, I know
Yes.
my Taste Valley mathematics put together.
Appreciate that.
But Nate, I got to let's talk about how you graded these films, because they're going up against these behemoths on the other side on an offensive line. It was a tight offensive line, not a whole lot of room to shoot gaps or anything like that. I know when you look at it, you said, gee, yeah, we survived, but what sort of things did you think maybe you saw that you could have done better, or what you did see positive?
I mean, honestly, up front, when we watched the film, like what Coach Hinton talked about, the kids kind of executed what we had talked about as far as playing extra low, you know, almost kind of firing onto their shins. Up front, we did that pretty good. It's just when you're playing a team like that, that's got that type of experience, good teams, what Coach Hinton always talked about, they can make adjustments. Mm-hmm. So, you know, they just started rooting our guys out of there. There was several times the kids are trying to do what we're coaching them up to do. That's just, their guys are bigger and stronger and faster.
And technique was.
And technique.
I mean, that's the biggest difference. Was technique.
So the one
was
thing,
superb.
One thing I'm very proud of our guys. You know, watching the film, you know, people might look at the score and go, "Wow, the kids quit." And they didn't. Our guys didn't quit, and we've got a good group of guys. And something what a lot of people don't realize is we're very inexperienced this year up front. I mean, out of our front 7, the only person that really has considerable experience is Simon Roderick. Zach. Zach, I would throw into that category, but Zach's been playing more offense for us than he has been defense. So we have a lot of guys learning how to play our defense and learning how to be physical, and we've done a good job, you know, through 4 games, you know, being 2-2 where we're at, getting ready for league play, we're sitting pretty good. My biggest concern is just for us to start getting healthy. We're pretty banged up, but we executed what we wanted to do. To the best of our abilities, we played a state caliber team. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of in that, in the sense that our kids did what we tried to get them to do, and they executed it. Sometimes it's just we're playing a team that's very, very good. But we had some good, you know, we had some good things that happened on Friday. As far as our awards, we had D Lineman of the Week went to Simon Roderick and Colin Lindsay. Colin is a guy that first year varsity player. He's, you know, over the last month and a half from camp through now, he's definitely improved a lot. Connor Mathis is a guy thrown into that category. He's someone that's really been kind of just an offensive guy for us, really, the last couple of years running the ball. And Coach Hinton's going to be mad at me for saying this, but he actually runs the ball harder now that he's played defense. So you're welcome for that. but he's come into becoming a very good player for us. Up front, Connor has, so has Colin. Zach has still been solid for us, but again, Zach Bruns has been playing a lot more offense. DeAndre Howbell's a new guy playing nose guard, number 66. And Nick Ursland, Casey Crawford inside, those 2 guys are really new at playing, you know, inside linebacker for us. So Simon's really, of our front 7, the only one that's got a lot of experience. Will Roderick has been he played last year at safety, but now he's playing outside linebacker. And he got hurt early on. Coach talked about that. That was something that really put us in an even bad position, you know, already, you know, going against the cards stacked against us. So, but, you know, just looking at the stats, you know, we had our defensive backs went to Jason Benson, Adrian Beverly, and just looking at our leading tacklers were Jason Benson at 9 tackles, Adrian had 7, J.J. Harris had 8, Peyton Shoemaker had 6. So anytime your DBs have that many tackles in a game, usually it's a long night.
Yeah.
So those guys did a good job of covering things up for us, the front 7, because we were definitely outmatched in a lot of ways. But Jason and Adrian definitely had a really good game. So
we will have more of a visit with you in a bit. We'll talk about the junior varsity, how that played out over the weekend, and all the other duties that he does, as we'll have a special feature with Nate Strange coming up. Coach, let's take a look at your offensive awards for the week.
Well, one award, one special thing he did not mention there, I wanted to mention, is that where's this one?
the hurry,
No, this one here, tackle for loss.
Jason Benson.
Yeah, our safety had the only tackle for loss. Figure that one out.
Well, I would argue that Jason Benson is a playmaker, but yeah, that's a bad sign when he's the only one that got a tackle for
Yes,
loss.
our safety got a tackle for loss.
Kudos to Jason
But I guess
Benson.
that's good because it means he's line of scrimmage making tackles. But I would try to figure out how we got him in line of scrimmage to make a tackle for a loss on line of scrimmage from safety. Okay, so I don't know what stunt coach called there, but it must have been one pretty special.
He found a crease. So your offensive awards this week.
Offensive awards, we didn't have any. Okay, we really didn't. Our pancake block. So Will Roderick had a pancake block. His was on a punter kickoff return. Had a nice block and peeled a guy and really well. Nick Ursuline had 1. Jamichael Beard had 1. Simon Roderick had 2. Bradley Reinhardt, who was getting better and better every week as junior for us, he's getting better and better every week. Is playing more and more because now we're in rotation where basically they play one series with Nick and Casey at guards, and then he comes in for Nick, and Nick gets a rest that series. The next series is Casey. So basically, after the first series, he never leaves the game. He stays in the whole time. With our rotation, so those guys get out the field. We get them some rest. And then Coach Arden has a chance to talk to him and make some adjustments. We got to get him out the field so they can make adjustments with him then. And then the Brycey Valentine, who's now healthy again. Brycey got his first pancake of the year. So that was really good. 3s, we have Will Roderick, Brandon Mopper, and Connor was whining tonight. He said he got 1, so it was on the paper. But I got the paper. I don't see a 3 on Connor, but we'll say he did, though. So Connor Mathis. And then Matt Deddy also to kick in the end zone again. He's 1 for 1 for PATs, so he's 100% in his PATs with that. So really the only thing we had to do this week as far as us was special teams. And I went to Connor when he went in for Will to do the snapping all the way around for Will. Did an excellent job.
Very good job.
And then Peyton Shoemaker was the other special team player with his returns. And after the first one, we kind of got him going the right direction, but our sophomore had to be kind of directed a little bit on which way to go. Once we got that straightened out. Extra efforts. Brandon had 10. Jamichael had 6. And next was line was Connor, Bradley Reinhardt, each had 3. 'Cause again, we only had 190 yards total offense. By far our lowest passing. We had less than 10 yards until we hit the last pass. When Adrian made a nice pass to McCollum Lee on an option read. But again, it's not the fault that what we didn't do is the fact of what they didn't allow us to do. Okay, just from that there. So but the turnover I still don't like. The interception was really not Brandon's fault. That's the little brother's fault. The little brother should have did a little better job with that one, but that really was not Brandon's intercept. Brandon, the interception goes on his side, but it really wasn't Brandon. It was more Javon with the interception there. But again, his first play, I mean, imagine, first time you're playing, you get tossed in against Hartley. Duh. Yeah. Okay. All right, man, you get thrown in the fire right away.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. We asked him what it was like there and stuff. And the block punt was not us. Okay, but we're fixing that. We got to fix and that there. Then we'll go to our other teams how they did this week. So let you announce those.
Junior varsity picked up a win.
No, we lost.
Oh, forgive me. Junior varsity suffered a loss.
But again, we lost 41-14. But the coaches came back extremely pleased. We ran the same thing. We played what's called a level 3, folks. Level 3 means that we took our freshman team and sophomores. We had so many juniors playing on Friday night with our injuries that we could not do both teams. So we just took our freshmen and played for 3 weeks, and we had some freshmen just got suspended on Thursday. So we had to kind of combine them. Then didn't have enough guys to play, but they walked in against some superior athletes. So they were not disappointed in the score. We said we played hard. We did a lot of good things, from that there. Our 8th grade lost 12-0 on a halfback pass right at the end of the half, and then drove the ball twice the third quarter right down inside the 5 and couldn't score. And then late in the fourth quarter through an interception, halfback pass down the field, guy picked it, made a couple nice cuts and missed a couple tackles. He ran it back about 65 yards, touchdown, made it 12-zip. They played Immaculate Conception out of Columbus, which is Bishop Watterson's, one of their feeder schools. But they played well, played our game. We should have won, could have won. We had the ball kind of like Army against Ohio State in the second quarter. I mean, they had the ball the whole third quarter. I think the Immaculate ran like 3 plays. That's all they ran. We had the ball. We ran every snap. Just march, but just didn't finish the job. Okay. All right, with that there, and then Saturday, our little Cavs traveled to Hillsboro. The junior varsity lost. I believe it was like 35-6. I believe it was, and then the varsity won 29-12. Played a good team and played well. So that was our scores for this week. Also, make it down before I forget, the 8th grade plays Thursday night this week, not on Wednesday. They travel to Jackson Thursday evening. So why it's a Thursday, I have no idea. But we're playing Thursday this week instead of Wednesday.
So those of you that are watching this on Thursday, travel with the Cavaliers over to, again, Jackson?
Yes.
Jackson. So if you want to catch the 8th grade and the 7th grade and the middle school level, you'll be able to see those games. We will return in just a moment. We'll talk with Coach Nate Strange in another segment. Also, we have 3 Cavaliers we want to introduce you to tonight. We'll share them in just a bit. We're coming to you from Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center. We'll be back in just a moment with more of the Coach's Corner.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, but ATI Physical Therapy gets you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
Young's Family Market is family owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County, rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Coming to you tonight from the Chillicothe Sign and Screen Printing in Central Center, I'm Dan Ramey, along with three of the Chillicothe Cavaliers who have joined us here tonight. Seniors, Ben Spindler, also Zach Bryans, and he is from Egypt. We have Youssef El Sharkawi. Did I get that close to right?
Yeah, right.
All right, very good. He is an exchange student from Egypt, and we'll talk more about what that is like as you adjust to American football. But first, let's jump right in with the two big guys who have been here now this is their fourth year of Cavalier football. Ben, what has this been like for you as a senior? It's hard to believe it's almost over.
Good.
Just good?
Yeah.
It's been a good experience, right? When the season is done, what do you think you might miss most about coming to Cavalier practices and things of that sort?
I don't know.
Just haven't registered that just yet. Huh?
Nope.
Ben's been our big talker. He's really in depth with what he has to say. Zach, I know you and I have had conversations about this, and that Friday night light competition, that's something that you're feeling it right now, and there's just 6 weeks left in the regular season, but we want to see that extend into the playoffs possibly. Talk about what a Friday night is like for you.
Friday nights are big, especially for the whole team. We get all hyped up, and we just go out, try to go our hardest, listen to the coaches if there's something going on in the field, talk to the coaches about what's going on. It's our last year as seniors. You got to go at your hardest. So it's kind of a good experience the Friday nights.
Toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose, will you kind of miss that, I imagine?
Especially getting yelled at by the coaches.
Is that your favorite part of the week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ben, talk about what it's like to go up against somebody in practice, because it's one thing in practice, it's another thing on Friday night, right?
Yeah.
So who's the toughest for you to go up against, and why?
Probably Zach.
Probably Zach. Well, what makes Zach so tough?
His hit's harder.
Yeah. Had the big hit this past weekend. Not only for the Cavaliers, but also our Monroe's Framing Collision. Big collision of the game this week. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Youssef, this group, they've been together for a long time, and you're trying to find where you fit into this group, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What have you been learning about American football?
Well, the American football is not in Egypt, so when I come here, I have to play this game. It's awesome, really. The game, teamwork, and I found new friends, helped me to be more comfortable in the school.
Mm-hmm. Now, back in Egypt, what sports did you play there?
I swimming in Egypt.
Swimming?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you plan to swim here at Chillicothe?
Yeah, I will join the team.
Okay, very good. What kind of adjustment was it for you to have to wear a helmet and all these pads? Did you feel like a gladiator going out to,
Yeah, and, especially the helmet. It will be broke my mind.
Have you told people back home what this experience has been like?
Yeah, sure, I will do that.
What have they said?
They imagine and they tell me that awesome, you not have this chance every day.
Yeah, yeah.
You must take it.
Now, chances are you probably don't go head-to-head with these guys, right?
No.
No?
No.
Do you think you could take him, Ben? Yeah? Okay. I have this feeling that if it was to call him late for lunch or something, he'd let you know. No question. Talk about what Friday night was like for you. I know difficult, going up against Hartley, but you're a good-sized kid. But you had to go up against some bigger-sized kids. It was almost like we had thoroughbred horses, and they were just those big draft horses going at it.
Well, all week we were taught to aim for your knees, aim for the shins, because they want to fire out and hit you. They usually like to stack like everybody on the opposite side of the ball, so it's kind of off sides, and then they just fire out at you. They're toe to toe or foot to foot, fire out at you, and there's bigger boys than you. They're faster, more athletic. You just gotta try doing your part and going to the ground. And sometimes they play you out of the way, or sometimes you make a play, putting your knee on the ground.
Yeah. So now we get ready to take on Logan. You guys have had a chance to see some game film, no doubt. You've had a practice or two getting ready for Logan. As we look at that, this is a team we've not seen for a number of years. You guys probably don't know a whole lot about them. I mean, it's not like you've played them since you were probably at the Pee Wee level, I would think. So you're going into a new opponent. Well, what's this going to be like, you think?
It's going to be big for us, because if we beat them, it's playoff points for us. But most of us haven't played them. So I just think it's going to be a big night for us.
Yeah. Just strap it up and go out and make it happen.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about school. We talked before we went on the air here with Ben about his favorite portion. So I'm gonna lean on you now. Tell us about what you like about school, other than Coach looking at you. Got a favorite subject at all that you like to study?
Lunch.
Lunch? We can study a steak or two, right? Nothing wrong with that. When's the last time you had steak at lunch, though?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's probably been a while. What do you like to do? I mean, do you have like a hobby or anything like that at all?
We'll go fishing.
Uh-huh. What kind of fish do you shoot for?
Anything.
Yeah. Well, you don't shoot them with a gun. You probably take a fishing pole, don't you? What about you, Zach? Do you have hobbies that you like to do?
Yeah, I like to go fishing or hunting when it's hunting season. Or usually I just like to just hang out with friends.
Yeah. Yusef, do you have a hobby that you like to do as well?
Yeah, I'm interested in computer science, so I love to learn about the computer programming, and sometimes like fishing. I love fishing.
Mm-hmm. Do they fish differently in Egypt than
no,
here?
it's the same.
Same?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you just never know, right? Until you ask. What has this experience been like for you to be here in America?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's really awesome. I don't expect it will be like that. That I gain more experience. I know new peoples. I know new culture. So everything to me it's new. But I'm really happy to be here and see all these things.
When you learned that you were coming to America, is it possible you could have gone to another country, or were you locked into America?
No, I locked it in America because my scholarship is to America.
Okay, very good. And I think it's safe to say that you're with the Corzine family,
Yeah.
who had Lawrence Lee, who was with us last year for tennis and some other things. They had quite an experience with him last year. What has it been fun to be at their house?
Yeah, they are awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
love
pretty
this
girls
family.
too, right?
Yeah.
Got to throw that in as well. All right, guys. Good luck this week. Thank you for coming. And to learn more about Ben Spindler. I'm sure there will be an offset program a little bit later on as well. Guys, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, the Logan Chieftains. And coming up in just a moment, something special that's going to happen on September 28th. I'll tell you more about that. It's a night for Neil. We'll explain in just a bit.
Young's Family Market is family-owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, but ATI Physical Therapy gets you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
Back again from Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center. I'm Dan Ramey, and he is Neil Johnston. A number of folks don't know who Neil Johnston is. Neil was a Chillicothe High School graduate from the 1940s, played basketball for Coach Ed Alexanis, and then went on to Ohio State, played there. Developed this. It's called the hook shot. A lot of folks my age and a little bit older remember Lou Alcindor or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He had the sky hook. It came from this guy. Went on to play for the Philadelphia Warriors at the time, even coached in the NBA, and of course he's a Hall of Famer. You can read more about Neil Johnston when you visit Chillicothe High School at Hatton Gym. The reason we're talking about him today is this statuette is going to be built 13 feet tall and placed in front of Hatton Gym. Now to do that, we need to raise some funds. So the sculptor has given these statuettes. You can see them around town. Stop in here, Chillicothe Signs and Screening. Also, you can stop over to Schlegel's. We've got tickets for a fundraiser at Ross Chillicothe Convention and Visitors Bureau, and also picture this. So you can get your tickets to be at this fundraiser. I will be your MC for that night. Our keynote speaker will be the kicker-backer from Ohio State a handful of years ago. I think you remember Drew Basil. And also Mark Bayless, who played at Ohio State basketball. This would have been the 1975-76 era. Along with that, just received word today, Coach Tom Cuppett will also be in attendance for this special event that'll take place at the Elks Lodge. So get your tickets, stop by, picture this, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing, also the Ross Chillicothe Convention and Visitors Bureau, and on Wednesdays where it's Chick-fil-A Day at Schlegel's. Get your tickets, and then we'll see you on September 28th at the Elks Lodge. Isn't that cool? Neil Johnston. All right. Not quite as impressive is Nate Strange.
The big shoes to fill.
They are big shoes. Appreciate you joining us again. We want to talk about things that you do that people don't really see. We know that you're on the sideline on a football Friday night. You're usually close to Coach Arndt. You have those dual duties for the defense. However, you've been involved with film study for this football club for how many years now?
Well, since I first started, but I mean things have kind of progressed. From when I first started, a lot of the stuff was on CDs and stuff. Now we use a web-based software program called Huddle. It's pretty much every high school uses it now. So it's really been a great tool for us because it allows our kids. Our kids watch more film now than I even thought of when I was in high school, or even when I played in college. They can watch film on their smartphones. They can watch phones on tablets or on their laptops at home, that type of thing. So Huddle's been a huge tool for us. It also allows us coaches to be able to watch film and communicate back and forth from our homes, which allows us to be home a lot more with our families. So that's something that I use as far as uploading our game film on that, sharing it with other teams, exchanging film with opposing teams coming up. Like here in a couple of days, we'll start exchanging film with Hillsborough to get prepared for next week. So that's something that I do. And then, me and Coach Adams, coaches outside backers, we do a lot to work with Coach Arndt to get prepared for our opponents as far as breaking down film of the opponent's offense, that type of thing.
So I have to ask, does the Google Chrome that Chillicothe City Schools use come with Huddle on it, ready to go for the football program?
I doubt that it does, but I'm sure the kids already have got it on their Chromebooks.
Yeah. It's amazing because when I first started doing Chillicothe football in 1982, Coach Bill Trent, one of the first things I remember was walking in and watching that old movie projector, just rolling back with the film, and they would run it back, film would break and everything else. Not the case anymore. Of course, they didn't have film back when Coach started coaching here at CHS.
Right.
So technology is very huge.
Right.
And how has it been teaching Coach Arndt and Coach Hinton on using this technology today?
Coach Arndt is good with technology.
Yeah.
He's been a breath of fresh air because most people, sorry, Coach Hinton, most people over 50 don't really embrace it. And he's always been, I feel like, on the cutting edge. I remember when I first got here, we were using a different product called DSV, and he was very good with that. So Coach Arndt is solid. Naturally, I've always joked if you're under 40 on this team, you automatically get film duties or anything technology. Coach Drewer, me, Coach Johnson, Coach Wagner, Coach Adams were kind of the younger guys on staff, so we all kind of get those types of duties, that type of thing. But
so Coach Seymour's the cut line.
Oh, he doesn't have a cell phone, so that tells you everything you know right there. But no, film is something. If any elite program you go to, it's a priority, and that's something that I'll tip the hat to Coach Hinton, is that he's always made it a priority. If you look at what our weight room is now compared to it was when he got here in 2010, it's night and day better. And if you look at what our film is, it's night and day better than what it was when we first got here. And that's the investment he and the Touchdown Club has put into our end zone camera. And for folks that don't know, that's the tripod that's 30 feet in the air in the end zone. What that does is that allows us to get a better snapshot of our offensive line, defensive line of scrimmage. And, we sat here and talked about Hartley, the line of scrimmage where the game is won. Brandon Moffmer is a huge help, don't get me wrong, but you win the game on offense, defensive line. And so having an end zone shot, that's something Coach Hinton has always put a priority on. That's something that's allowed us to improve. And can't talk about film without mentioning our film guys. Paul Reinhardt and Chris Bowles have been what is this? I know Paul Reinhardt's been here my 8 years that I've been here.
Yeah, long time.
Chris Bowles, I think, has been here for this is his 4th or 5th year, but people don't realize, I mean, that's a huge commitment. I mean, they're with us, rain or shine, 10, 11, 12 weeks out of the year, and they volunteer their time to do that. So they do an excellent job for us, and then once we get the game film, we get it up on Huddle, and then the kids are able to watch it. We usually watch it Saturday mornings, and we're watching film all throughout the week on our opponent. So it's a big part of what we do.
And you talk about those film guys, they are ones that are usually out in the elements sometimes. You go to a facility and there's no room for them in the press box. They are outside, and we're getting a thumbs up on that from our cameraman tonight, Sid Liming, who sits in the comforts of his own motor coach during the Circleville TV broadcast. That's why he's the boss. Mate, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Always good to see you. He is a true blue and white Cavalier. Good to have him with us. We'll continue in just a moment as the Cavaliers get ready for the Logan Chieftains on the Coach's Corner.
Young's Family Market is family-owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself, or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, but ATI Physical Therapy gets you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
On our final segment from the Chillicothe Signs and Screen and Printing in Central Center, I'm Dan Ramey, back with the Cavalier Tom, also Coach Ron Hinton and Nate Strange. Before we get into this segment, stick with us. The very end, we've got something extra special for you. This is something special, too. Cavalier Tom's got an observation that you've made. When you come to Cavalier games, we always see you on the visitor side. What do you have for Coach Hinton here?
Well, it's the time that I'm on the opposite side of the field, I always scan the Cavaliers bench, and I noticed the coach in relaxed duties, I would say, what he used to do, and maybe because you have an assistant now roaming the sidelines with you, but you don't use the chalkboard or the tripod and coach the offensive team as they come off the field before they go back out on the field. And I always thought that always had some end results when I seen you doing that, and then the players would respond to you. But
So the question is why?
Why?
Well, I thought you wanted to just want to hear me yell some more. That's all it was. Is that right? You just wanted me to yell some more so the fans in the stand could hear it some more, right?
I can hear that clip off the field too.
No, that's a good question. Good question. The biggest thing is like, of course, the Marion Franklin game I didn't because it was raining and I couldn't run on the board anyways. So I said it wasn't even worth going back there because it was too wet. And the second thing is I don't have hardly any lineman that's not playing off defense now. Yeah, I only have, you see me, I'm back here a little bit, I only have one or two kids, basically Nicky, Nick Colley, or Bryce if he's playing center, and that's about all I have because Zach's on the field. Casey, our two guards are on the field playing linebacker. All right. My receivers are pretty much all playing defense. I get Brandon over a little bit, but usually Brandon talks to Coach Seymour in the box and talks to Coach Drewer and then Coach Wagner there, and I get a little chime in there, and I probably should do more. But again, I only have a couple people there to talk and X and O with. It's kind of hard to X and O when I don't have. Before I'd have almost the whole offensive line sitting there with me. I could talk to them. So I guess it's a good question. It's an excuse on my part. I'm do a better job of coaching, and I do worry about that. I think about that, about using it more and doing a better job. Of course, then last week it's one of those things that just kind of the game got away, and I spent more time worrying about things out front than that there. So don't abandon the Jets. It's still there, and trust me, I'll go back to it. I'll pound on a little bit, and I'll draw. All right, and I'll yell, and the people in the stands will listen to me and smile and laugh. Yeah, when I'm yelling there. So yes, I will do that some more. But yes, we are busy with the headsets. We do a lot of communication through our headsets and that there. But mainly it is because most of my offensive line guys, I don't have them. And I can talk to the other guys a little bit when I have them. A little bit, I can talk to them right there with that. And Zach brought up a good point in his discussion that we teach them, we expect them. There are eyes and ears. Coach Strange knows that. Yep. We talk to them that there are eyes and ears on the field. We coach them to go out and play, but yet they're the ones. We coach them to make adjustments. They make adjustments on the field, and they come over and they tell us, say, Coach, they're doing this, this, and this. Then I'm waiting to hear them say, okay, well, I made this adjustment because you coached me to do it this way, which is what I really want to hear and what I want to see. So we listen to them, we ask them questions. What's their alignments? What's their stunts? How they play this? How they do that? And it was a good point that Zach brought up about that. And so both sides of the football that Coach Arndt and them. Plus, a lot of times, if you notice, I can't get any of my guys down there because defense holds on to them. They'll hold on to them. I can't get them away. I can't prime away from them to come down. They don't want to come down with me. So I'm kind of like fighting a battle there that I don't know if I can win or not.
When I first came here, he always said the best players have to be on defense.
But I still say that.
But then he complains about it.
No, I don't. You can share them a little bit.
I was expecting a flashier answer like, I broke it. Maybe that might be quick and easy for you.
Well, a few of those boards, yes, I have.
Thanks,
all right, Logan Chieftains this coming Friday night. This is a team we've not seen since 2012. We used to be league mates with them in the SEOAL. Then we went to the SCOL, and now Frontier Athletic Conference. This is our final non-league contest, but I think, and this is politically commented here, that the Purple and White would like to be in the Frontier Athletic Conference. We'll see if that ever happens one day. But who knows? We may keep this as a regular non-league contest. But, Coach, we've not seen these kids for a while. So it's been 5 seasons, and how much are they different than they used to be?
Really, it's the same coach that was there when we left in 2012. Billy Burke is still there. So it's a lot the same. I don't know if Coach Amix the really built the program, had the program really run in high gear when he was there, if he helps as much as he used to. But they're still Logan Chieftains. We're glad to get them back on the schedule. I don't think we don't get enough of the Southeast taste to play, and they're one of the few schools that will actually talk to us and try and schedule us. All right, and for me, it's a permanent game. As long as we have an opening, we want to play Logan because it's a great place to play. It's not a bad drive. It is a local rival. They travel well. It's all those good things. And again, I just go back to I like playing the Southeast Ohio teams, promote them, and those things there. So we are resuming it. Coach Orange, we've been on a hiatus a little bit this week because our last trip down there when we played Logan, we had a decent football team. We went down there and kind of laid an egg, and they kind of whipped us pretty good. And Coach Orange keeps bringing up and said, "Coach, these guys were in the 7th grade when that happened." And, they were in the 7th or 8th grade when this happened. They have no idea what you're talking about. But they're a team that are very young, very, very young. I know that defensively they only start 2 seniors. I think there's like 2 seniors, 5 or 6 juniors, and the rest are sophomores. How many? Do they have any seniors offensively, Coach?
Yeah, they have, I think, 4 guys that are seniors that are starting, but they're young. I mean, that's young.
Yeah, I've heard you comment a couple times this week about how young they are, and it's a very, very young football team. They're still big and physical up front. I mean, it always could be a trait of Logan football. With that there, they're going to play hard, but it's one of the things is though, it's not Tays Valley, it's not Licking Heights, it's sure not Marion Franklin, nor Bishop Hartley. All right, but again, our key, our thing is to play at our level. All right, not theirs. They're 1-3 coming in. We did share a common opponent with Tays Valley because Tays Valley played them week after we defeated Tays Valley. They opened up with Dublin Jerome, which is no shame. All right, and they lost to them. They lost to Tays Valley. They beat Meigs 26-22, I believe, week 3 in Meigs.
Close game.
And last week then they lost to Sheridan, which again, that's not a shabby program either, to lose to. So State played some strong opponents, but their opponents doesn't compare to the strength of our opponents. But they're going to be well coached. They're going to play hard. They're not as athletic as they have been in the past. I think that's coming. And they have some good speed. But it's just one of those things that they just Tays Valley basically beat them on kickoff returns and punt returns. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I think last week
special teams. I think they scored 3 special teams touchdowns.
Yes, and I think Sheridan returned 1 on them. I think 1 or 2 on them last week also. I'm excited about this. I'm glad to get it back on our schedule. But now it's for us is we got to focus on the final 6 games. We've got our meat grinder's over. All right, our meat grinder is done. It's behind us. It's over. All right, now we got to be poised and head down the stretch. And as I talked to kids on Friday night, this is a tough defeat. It's a defeat that stings right now, but we put 5 or 6 straight wins together, going down the stretch, starting with this Logan game. All right, that sting will go away in a hurry. All right, and for us to be 8-2 would be an amazing year. Us again, we want to go 3-2 on non-league. There's nothing ashamed, nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, all right. So it's only 3-2, but when the caliber we played is totally different. And then we start a new league. We start in there, and start hopefully making a run in there. All right, that it would be amazing. The difference in our program. So the next one up line, we can't. Our third win can't get we want to get the third win this week. You can't get number 4, you get number 3. So we want to get number 3 there. I really don't watch their offense. I'll let Coach say something about their offense real quick because I just watch their defense. They got a nice middle linebacker. The 2 down tackles are strong. But if their secondary crowds us the way Hartley did, if we don't beat them, something's wrong. Something's wrong, okay? Because they can't smother us the way that Hartley did there in secondary. And their linebacker, there's just not quite. They're not as disciplined or as physically strong with that there, but they do play hard. So and I tell the guys every day, you can say, well, we don't play this team, but nobody is weak until you beat them. Then you beat them, then that's a different story. But everybody is very good until you beat them. You respect, we respect all, fear none. We respect all and fear none. So I'll shut up for a minute, Sid. 1 minute, Sid. All right, and then let Nate talk about their offense. Because again, he saw them. I don't really watch that much at all. I watch those special teams and that, but I don't really watch the offense. I don't know much about their skill.
Well, if anything, we're not expecting the offensive firepower that we've seen the last couple of weeks.
No.
But what does this team do well?
Well, it's tough always talking about your opponent. You never want to disrespect them. But playing the comparison game, like Coach Hinton said, it's night and day compared to what we've seen. And I think our biggest thing with our kids is they know that, and we've got to keep them focused. And we've got a great group of coachable kids that have bought into what we're teaching. So I think we're going to be okay there. But they've got a senior quarterback. He's a solid quarterback. I think he throws the ball better on the run, on boot passes and rolling out, and they do some sprint out passes. Big thing we got to do this week, and that we worked really big today. We did what we call half line, where we're just working on half of our defense. That kind of breaking things down just and focusing just on the weak side of our defense. And then we did a period just working on the strong side of our defense, because we got to work on us. It's not so much about our opponent. We can't get focused on the fact that they may or may not be better than who we've faced. The fact of the matter is we've struggled. Whether it's good teams or not, we've struggled. So we're working a lot on our tackling, what we call our shock and lock, which is delivering a blow and getting off of a block. And I think we do those things, we'll be okay. But Logan is going to be bigger than us up front. Most of the teams we're going to face this year, it's going to fall into that category. We're offensively, their line is going to be bigger than our D line. And it's no different. So we're expecting, Logan, when we played them in the SEO-AL, they were very, always physical up front. We typically have better athletes than them, skill kids, but they were always, tough-nosed kids up front. So I expect to see that. I've seen that on film. So I think if we got the biggest things, we got to play low, and I think we'll be all right.
Coach, you already made note to the fact that we have to take care of the turnover bug. But what do we need to do offensively, pulling the shots there, to come away victorious on Friday night?
Well, Coach Ron says 3 things. Number 1, control the ball. Okay, control the time on the clock. Number 2, control field position by special teams and the offense. And number 3, score. Score. But he said don't score too fast. He said I don't have a chance to eat my hot dog, get my Coke down while you're running the ball. And he says so don't score too fast. But we need to do those 3 things. We've got to talk to guys. We've got to be 9 units strong. We have to be 9 units strong to play, and we've kind of, I think we have been. We kind of spread a little bit, but again, I'll credit that more to the talent, the team we played against, than anything else. I think that with their kickoff team. Has got to be leery because of the fact they've given up big plays. All right, and then you look at we've made big plays. Every game you take Zach at Tays Valley, you take Jaquan against Licking Heights, Perry Franklin. Last week Peyton didn't do bad against Hartley. Where our kids are doing a nice job of blocking. So we got to win those battles. With that there, just execute. Just play solid football. Play fast. Play hard. And just as I've been working all this week, is after the guys is just execution. We polish now. Now we got basically all of our stuff in. Now it's just polish to do it better, do it over, do it better, do it over. We have the weapons. We have the weapons to do some big things. So now we just got to get them in space again. And hopefully their space players aren't going to be near as good as the athletes we faced last 3 weeks to slow our space players down. Like that there. And nice if we're home third week in a row. Okay. Also, we're honoring the junior high and biddy teams this week. So we make mention of that both were because of weather conditions stuff. We did not honor them. So we're going to honor them this week. So both those will be honored this week there at the game. So I'll have a lot more excitement. A lot of gentlemen run around and really enjoy that there on Friday night. We want to get to number 3, get to 3-2. All right, and then start that momentum heading down the stretch. And our seniors, Zach and Ben, we kept telling them this is hump day. Mm-hmm. This is hump day. And now you start going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going back the other way. All right, and they don't realize how fast that goes and what that really means. We know they'll learn in about 6 weeks what that really means like that there, to do that. So, and also we got to eliminate some penalties. We had some penalties last week. The one drive we had, I was amazed. We still able to score. We went forward 15, go back 10.
The drive that wouldn't end.
Yes, we went back forward, then went back. That was definitely more than 10-play drive on that one.
Yeah.
If you count all the penalties, we were definitely more than 10 plays. But we got to clean up those things a little bit. I know our kids are going to go out and play hard. And again, it's one of those things, we're not going to play with a lot of emotion. We can't. Because of the fact we've filled up some emotion in the first 4 weeks. It's been so tough. And then we got some big fish to fry down the stretch. So it's one of those games we got to go out. We got to be businesslike. Line up, be mature, get off the ball, be physical, be tough. All right, execute. And just get the job done. Get her done. All right, and play Cavalier football.
Our job is done here tonight. We want to say thank you again to Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing for helping us do the show tonight, allowing us to come into their showroom. If you need some Cavalier gear, get it here. All right.
Nice pun.
You like
that?
That
was good. That was good. I thought tip your tongue real fast.
I've been doing this for a while. And usually we wrap up the show with a special phrase, and we're going to make it extra special tonight. The Cavaliers take on the Logan Chieftains, and we're going to do this in Arabic. Usually we say "Go Cavs" to wrap things up with the help of Yusuf. We know that it is said, guys,
Hi, young Cavs!